The final CMMC ruling is here. If your business works with the Department of Defense, you need to know about these updates. Stick around as we break it down the 6 key things you need to know to stay compliant and secure with the final CMMC ruling. Hi, I'm Rob Schenk with Intelligent Technical Solutions. Now, CMMC compliance just got a major update with the CMMC final ruling. Now, whether you're handling controlled unclassified information, otherwise known as CUI, or preparing for certification, this is your definitive guide to navigating the final rule changes. So let's take a look at what you need to know about the final CMMC ruling. In this video, we'll talk about these 6 highlights. Simplified levels, realistic implementation timelines, more structured level 1 self-assessments, dual paths for level 2 assessments, better integration with other Department of Defense compliance programs, and clear transparency and accountability guidelines. Let's first talk about simplified levels. Now, the final CMMC ruling keeps the 3 levels of accreditation while providing clear guidance for implementation at each level. Level 2, for example, now includes clearer scoping guidance, which reduces ambiguity for contractors. Realistic implementation timeline. Another large difference in the final CMMC ruling is the detailed implementation timeline. CMMC 2.0 required all Department of Defense contractors to comply by one date, while the final ruling spreads out the implementation timeline into 4 phases over 4 years. More structured level 1 self-assessments. Now, for non-critical contracts, level 1 self-assessments are now more structured and more practical. Organizations are now required to submit self-assessment results to the Supplier Performance Risk System, otherwise known as SPRS. And this reinforces oversight without imposing excessive costs. Dual paths for level 2 assessments. Now, the final version follows the same logic as CMMC 2.0 with dual paths for level 2 assessments. A third-party triannual assessment with a C3 PAO, or otherwise known as a CMMC third-party assessment organization, or a triannual self-assessment. Now, the type that you're going to need to follow is going to depend on the type of contract that you want. Better integration with other DoD compliance programs. Now, there was a lack of explicit guidance on integrating CMMC with other DoD compliance programs, such as DFARS 252.204-7012. The final rule explicitly connects CMMC guidance with other regulations, like NIST SP 800-171 and DFARS. It simplifies compliance for contractors already adhering to these standards. Clearer transparency and accountability guidelines. Lastly, the final rule requires that contractors they upload their self-assessment scores to SPRS and maintain supporting documentation. Now, it also establishes stricter criteria for C3 PAOs, making it easier to have consistent quality and fairness in third-party assessments. So with all of these changes, are you ready to get CMMC accredited? Now, for those looking for more information about the final CMMC ruling, we've got a wealth of resources ready for you. Check out our guide, Everything You Need to Know About CMMC, and it'll answer a lot of your questions. Now, if you're unsure about your compliance status, contact a trusted cybersecurity advisor like ITS. Together, we'll ensure that you're not just compliant, but also future ready. Thanks for watching this video. Here at ITS, we help businesses thrive by managing and securing their technology.